this weekend in San Francisco, 2 impact hackathons happened. So the one was with Llama, and the other is a hack for social impact. So may I invite Cher on stage?
Hi, good evening everyone. My name is Cher and I'm the founder of Hack for Social Impact. This past weekend, in the last 2 days, we had our first ever Hack for Social Impact Hackathon in partnership with the United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification, Chin Zuckerberg Initiative, and a host of Bay Area nonprofits to solve a singular goal. How can we leverage the skills and the potential of AI engineers, data scientists in the Silicon Valley area to combat the biggest challenges that NGOs and governments face? We want to solve a fundamental mismatch, which is that a lot of government organizations and NGOs have a lot of mission-driven work and deeply know that the space they're in, but they don't have any chance of hiring a lot of you guys in the room because they don't have the funding to do it with the technical expertise. On the other hand, a lot of engineers are trying to do it in the room, which is why we're all here with AI for Good. So that's why we founded Hack for Social Impact, to activate engineers to find real-world challenges and solve them concretely. And actually, AI for Good is a really awesome community partner for the hackathon. So the premise of the hackathon is that we invited government organizations like CZI and the UN and Bay Area nonprofits to come speak to hackers about problems that they have in the world. And the hackers talk to the nonprofits about asking questions, doing interviews, and at the end of it, providing a solution that's tailor-made for the nonprofit and government organization that can be deployed to the real world even after the hackathon. So not just stored in the GitHub when it's finished. Can I go to the next slide? So the organizers are this group of amazing people. We are all doing this volunteering as our side job, but we are a 501c3 nonprofit organization, just started this year, but we hope to go strong every year. Next slide, please. I can give you a run through of some of the problem statements that we presented to the nonprofits. I'll go through them very quickly because next you will hear from one of the teams who are the prize winners from our hackathon who are solving challenges in the building codes. Our first problem statements was with the Community Legal Services of East Palo Alto. They have a question where they help tenants address a lot of legal cases, but they have tons of legal documents on what tenant has sought remedies from landlords in the past from violations, for example, having a bunch of mold on the roof, evictions, and unlivable situations. So they want to analyze data on how to predict what tenants can expect from these cases and recommend lawyers the best outcome. Next slide, please. We also have the United Nations who has a lot of data sets on land degradation and their effect on the economy that they cannot analyze. So analyzing these data through the hackathon would help the United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification to come up with a more aligned strategy to advise countries on the impact of desertification. Next slide, please. Next up, Turner Center of Housing Innovation based in UC Berkeley wants to figure out how the variation in the Bay Area's building codes contribute to building cost. I will not talk about this because we will hear from the winning team in this problem statements next. Come to the next slide. Yeah, so in the end, we have very great turnout for the hackathon. We had reportings in SF Chronicle, as well as like a bunch of great photos and memories. The most heartwarming thing is that the majority of hackers, when we surveyed them, are interested in staying on to help the NGO solve the problem even after the hackathon. So that's really great to hear that people want to dedicate their time, not just the weekend, but also beyond. Next slide, please. Yeah, so we are just finished with that first hackathon and its continuation. If you know of a nonprofit, or you also work with public sector agencies and government organizations, if you know organizations like this who have a technical problem that can be solved with technology, and you want them to be featured in the next hackathon, you can email contact@hackforsocialimpact.com, or connect with me on LinkedIn. My name is Cher Hu, Cher like the singer, Hu like H-U. We also have a website called hackforsocialimpact.com. If you're interested in being notified when the next hackathon occurs, we're hoping to do this once per year or twice per year. Scan the QR code and we can put you on the list to be notified for the next hackathon. Thank you so much, Yuri, for inviting me to speak.